Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and welcome to yet another episode of the Young Adult Sessions. As you all know that this is a platform where we get to sit down with young people, to tackle different experiences about what they have encountered in their journey of life. And today, I'm with my lovely co-host, Miss Fiona herself is in the building.
Thank you, girl.
Welcome, babes, again.
Thank you. I can see that you guys love me, so I'm going to keep on coming.
Okay, for you who have not seen the episode of Fiona, you can still go back and watch it. It's actually a very impactful session. You will learn a lot about depression. She's amazing. She's amazing. Moving right along, today in the studio, guys, we have the amazing, hardworking, inspirational, loving, kind-hearted young lady, Miss Angie Keeke. Woo! Boo, 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 boo. How are you, babe?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's so good to see you. Have I told you that you inspire me?
No.
Yeah.
It's my first
Angie.
time to hear this.
Really? I thought I told you.
No,
You
not at
inspire me
all.
in a lot of ways.
Serious?
Yeah, your hard work. Yeah, I see it all the time on your social platforms. I'm like, wow, this lady. Keep it up, babes.
Thank you so much.
You're
and thanks
welcome.
for having me.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
welcome,
yeah. You can quickly just introduce yourself to the viewers and just give us a bit of your background.
Okay, lebitso la ka ke Keketso, Angelina Keeke. I was born in Lesotho, then grew up in Bloemfontein to Gauteng. Yes.
Okay.
Ke mo ke dulang nou.
Yeah, yeah. And how was your upbringing there?
Yeah, it was bad. It was very bad. And whenever I want to talk about it, I become so emotional.
Do you mind sharing with the world about that emotional part?
Yeah, like whenever your mom leaves you, out le papa hao, then o sa tsebe ho ile kae, then you have to take care of your father. Yeah.
So when you say take care of your father, are you saying you were literally taking care of your father, meaning,
And I was-
providing for him?
Not really.
Okay.
Yes. He was sick. On another asthma, so I used to take care of him at the age of 12.
Ish. I'm sorry.
At the age of 12, literally you did not actually enjoy your childhood that much.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry.
with all of that, how did it actually impact your childhood? Like, honestly, did you actually have those parts where you enjoyed it in a way, or was it always
I
you
didn't
taking care of
enjoy
your
my
father?
childhood, ne? But I thank God for whatever happened. Because now I'm able to love like kids. I don't even mind to date someone who has kids.
Yeah.
Because it's about rejection, it's about who hola without parents. Yeah.
So it's like you are replacing the love that you give others. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
With the love that you did not actually get
Yes.
much.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So with all of that of your childhood and everything else, I can even hear you speaking that it was emotional and everything else. Do you mind sharing with the world about everything that has happened to you, the ordeal, everything, just to
I don't
try
mind.
to educate
I
us?
don't mind because seki for dile.
Okay.
So after
I'm
my
glad.
parents passed on, so like bona le ngwanana o la ratang kereke.
Yeah.
So then ke ratwa ke batho ne, and someone would say, okay, you know what, ke tseba situation ya hao, can you come and stay with me? Okay, it's fine. Nna ke tlo thaba, okay, God has answered my prayers. Wa bona? Then when times goes on, then the husband took advantage of my poorness. I remember that day. I won't forget the day. It was on the 29th September. After my birthday, he came into my room. Then he put the T-shirt in my mouth and he forced himself on me. After that, he told me about the Bible. And I went out and no, I guess buy a story. You know what, you have nothing, I have money. So if you go to the police station, now I have money, I'm gonna be able to pay lawyers when out later in. And if you tell my wife, where are you gonna stay? Who's gonna give you a plate of food? You understand?
Was this person a pastor?
Yes, a pastor.
Oh my God.
And nane, whenever you hurt me, ka tshwara ka pelo.
Nothing goes well for them, actually. That's how it is.
Yeah.
And I think, guys, most people are afraid to speak out because of such things. Like they will get threatened. They would, be promised to be killed because they are, afraid to be exposed.
Yeah,
Bon? So I'm so sorry, baby, about your ordeal. And people do that. Like most men, why do you think they rape?
I don't know. Mare na kintola ya hore it's fine, she's beautiful. Like then ga thole support from the family.
Yeah.
Then he took advantage of my poorness. Yes. And the other thing in ka ratang go bua ka yona ke hore most of victims of rape ba tshaba go bua ka hore okay, this person did this to me because ke ntho ya go a tshosetswa ke and le go tlo jajo.
Yeah.
Whenever I tell you that okay, I've been raped, maybe I'm wearing a short, when I would look, yeah, when I'm not
Yeah, true.
They would say you are provoking this man.
That's
Yeah.
actually true, yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing, I get to if you like I go court, I also go court, nobody land the lots of the rape. The lawyers, they will make you feel uncomfortable. They will ask you, okay, the angle. They want to know all the details. How did he do it? Did you enjoy? What the hell?
What?
How can I enjoy rape?
No, but is that necessary though?
Go court. Yes, I get it. They are getting paid. By some service bona. So now as Angie, I got raped and kana hore. Okay. Ho tlo etsagala so go court. Nna ke decide go thola. It's fine.
Guys, but how do you ask such questions?
How do you ask a person like that person is damaged already emotionally and you actually trying to add on that? So literally they're actually focusing on their job at that moment and not trying to consult
And they
someone
got
else.
paid. And remember, the person who raped me has money.
Yeah, true.
And that one has each and every right to ask whatever, which angle.
True.
In Santa, which angle and did you enjoy?
Imagine.
Kamo, you are a victim of rape.
Where is that person now?
Okay. Okay, I'm not happy anyway. Okay, ka utlwa ho ba re, okay, the person o lahlanya after whatever happened. Ne? Because now I left the house. And ka utlwa ho thwe wa lahlanya after mo ba re o hlokofetse. May his soul rest in peace.
But I'm going to take it from what Tato said about the fact that a lot of people don't like talking about this, especially after this tragic thing happened. I don't know if I'll be brave enough to actually talk about this. But what made you want to actually come out and say, okay, I'm going to talk about this?
Okay, it's not easy to talk about it, as I said, because I go to jajwa, but check out dress code ya how.
Like you said, yeah.
Hogo wa para eng, hogo wena wetsa eng, wabona. So next week ayona, I used to write it down.
Okay.
Ke ngola hore I hate rape.
Yeah.
Then someone in ke dula lena. Abampotsa like why go dula go ngotse like I hate rape. Then ka qana ke mjwetsa hore this happened. A ke le monyane, wabona. Then she took me for counseling. And because like Nanex understand or counseling ke eng, I just want to be honest. Then I feel like go counseling. Then ke jwetsa the psychologist, okay. So okay, Angelina, you know what? You have to forgive yourself. And nakangala forgive myself. Someone took advantage of me.
As
and
if
when
it's your
I-
fault.
Yes. Then, and my life was miserable.
Yeah.
Whenever o tshwara motho ka pelo ne, o kwala di blessings tsa hao.
Yeah.
Yes. My life was very miserable until Modimo a bua le nna hore, you know what, release that person. O entseng so. Then I spoke to myself, okay, you know what, wena sbanbane, I forgive you. Yes. Then after mo ka ba sharp.
So you're literally saying that going to the psychologist, going to therapy did actually help
Counseling,
you.
yeah.
Nah, cause either one day then kangala ne. Na yang thusa maka I can encourage someone out
To
there
go.
to go.
Okay.
Yes, I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, psychologically, Angie, how did you deal with it? Because I'm sure that it's something that has been, repeating itself.
Yeah, nah, I used to have like so much anger because of that. I remember I was staying in Annandale and someone came into our house. I was alone. And I was like, as always. Like a one, and I can't tipa. Kagwena, come near me. You're gonna die before your time. And he ran away because he could see facial expression over yo. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Le nthola ya gore o qena o ba le low self esteem. Okay. Oh, how feeling ka go banyana ba bang because someone took advantage of you. You understand? So yeah, now I'm okay.
You
hey.
feel like a part of you has been taken away. In a way.
Yes.
Yeah. And moving right along, how do you rebuild yourself? How do you, mend the pieces, the broken pieces? How do you heal from there?
Okay, I get a kid before when the psychologist said you should forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And I was angry because I couldn't understand. Now I understand, Jorge. Whenever they say forgive yourself. It's not your fault, but forgive yourself for whatever happened to you. You understand? So now I forgave myself. I forgave the person. Unfortunately, has a pillar. Yeah.
So with all of that has happened, it's tragic. I need to understand this. With everything that has happened to you, are you now at the point where you're like, okay, now I can trust men? Will you actually say that I can fall in love again?
No,
Like,
I believe in love, ne? I can fall in love.
Yeah.
But kasukudis.
What do you mean?
Na kasukudis na can be in love then after 2 hours it's over.
Do you think
I
it's
don't
because of
I don't know, Mark, I don't trust men. I think I don't trust men.
is it because of what happened?
I think so. Because Naka Sukudisa guys, nah.
But do you think you will ever give somebody a chance to be like, okay, fine, now I'm gonna sit in this relationship despite that? I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah. I think so. Marika Sukudisa.
Angie.
I'll have to confess the sins.
You said you have been in a long-term relationship. And then, what happened?
Hey.
Because when I get you keep on saying it's over, maybe after an argument or something. So that long-term relationship, how did it get to that extent?
That one understood me.
Okay.
Yes. We used to stay together, so he understood my character. Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to ask you something, ne? Because of you've been in that long-term relationship, having to, coming from that ordeal that happened to you, was it easy for you to, give yourself to that person? Meaning intimate stuff.
What's a treatment, ne? To be honest, treatment, the way Motau treat thing, it says a lot. So sometimes now I do forget, okay, this happened because of the way the person
Treats you.
So with everything that happened, did it actually affect you psychologically? Like, for instance, did it affect the way you used to do things? Do you like have a certain way of doing things right now because of what happened to you?
Not really. as I said, I'm okay now, so I'm fine.
So you're okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Until I don't trust men for now.
So it means that you need to heal from that part, actually. Okay. So what kind of words of encouragement would you give to somebody who's actually on the same place as you?
Situation,
Yeah, in the same situation that you are in.
Okay, don't be afraid to speak out. Yeah. And whenever it happens, go to the police station. Okay, now I have money. Go to the police station or tell your parents, tell your uncle, okay, this happened.
Okay.
Guys,
And
this
go
thing of rape.
for counseling as well. Yeah.
This thing of rape, guys, it's a very serious matter, especially in our country. Because, guys, do you know that there are men who literally prepare themselves to go out there and rape? When I say prepare, I mean prepare. They would wake up in the morning, take a bath, iron their clothes, and go out there to actually rape.
Yeah, true. And it's funny how you said actually that they might judge you of how you dressed and everything else. But it's funny how there are actually men out there who literally rape a baby who's still wearing a pampas by that time. Secondly, they will also rape an old lady who wears a dress that's actually
A long dress.
A long
dress,
dress.
yeah.
So there's actually no excuse of rape actual at this point.
But that's sickness, guys. People are mad out there. People are crazy. How do you do that? How? Because I think it was last year, December, I heard of a story. A brother literally raped his sibling, 2 years of age. 2 years of age.
Ish.
So
That person is sick. He is sick.
So with that person that you said that they have passed away, if that person was still alive, even, okay, let me just say it like this. Before they passed on, did they actually come to you and ask for
No.
forgiveness? They did not. So if they were still alive and coming to face you and saying that, may you please forgive me, would
I'm a
you?
forgiving person.
You're a
my
forgiving
darling.
person.
Mara nako ne ke le angry ke kwatile ne ke feel nkare you know what ka thola accident then I see she
That's how anger is.
then ke wish nkare no I don't want you to die I want you to sit on the wheelchair.
And pay for your sins.
So after all of that happened, did you maybe, there's, you know, with sex and everything else, there's also pregnancies and STIs. Did you maybe get pregnant?
No,
out of
I
that?
didn't get pregnant, and I also thank God for a because I feel like it's a status
Yeah,
high.
sure.
Yes, so I thank God for I'm okay, man.
There's a lot to thank God for.
Yeah.
There's a lot to thank God for.
So what really happened in your relationship? Because you said there was someone who broke your relationship and, you know.
Oh my God, Tato.
Yes.
Tell us, we're listening.
We're listening.
Yeah, that relationship, I will never forget it.
Hey, boy, you can't just say
You know, in that relationship, I was just stay-at-home girlfriend. Like abana banyana ba le ba hore okay, wena o dula ko ntlong
Yeah.
wa pheka wa aina wa hlatsa o hlokomela ngwana then ba o fa tšhelete nkare you're getting paid.
sort of like a housewife
Something like that.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, so it was okay. I give back who bad mouth at anyone because he has been so good to me, Shem. It's just to do the way. Then I had to move out. Then I don't regret moving out because I get an agonegili stay-at-home girlfriend. Niksana khane hore o tlamehile o be le Keeke casting agency. We
Yes.
also run an NPO. Niksana khane hore o tlamehile o be le an NPO. So dilo tse di etsahetse after I left the relationship. Nna ne ke phela life yeah hore I'm living for today. You are giving money, you go and enjoy and you come back and cook. You understand? So hayang affecta haholo. And like in affected the katsela e right. Because
Okay.
if it wasn't for that relationship, I wasn't like a casting agency.
You wouldn't
or
be
I
where
wasn't
you
a
are
Home of Future
today.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Yes.
And speaking of Keeke casting agency, babes, you are
Yo.
doing a very good job there.
I'm trying.
How did it start?
Okay, so I went to the auditions in Sentin. Ne? So, I audition because nagi keep as you can see. Keep 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock, not 2 minutes past 9.
Okay, Angie.
They put you in your spot.
So, I audition, okay, it's fine. Later, later get a message, okay, if you really want this role, ne, you have to come go hotel and go kai. And I remember I was with my mom. Ne, come over her message, mama, give me the guy, eh? Well, so until Yantasha, how many girls are facing this? Like for me to get a role, I have to lay my bag. It's not fair. You understand? As long as it's a then they took someone for the role. Then someone gaga demanda chelete ngata. Then they took me, and the treatment was bad. Kaga shoot a movie, I think. It was very bad because I told them to bad.
Okay.
Then after more, you just thought, you know what? I'm gonna register a casting agency. Yes, kitlo thusa batho ba banga bashimane banyana mara kitlo focus haholo mo banyaneng.
Girls.
Ke ba rute hore guys, girls, you don't have to lay your bag to get a role.
Yeah.
At the right time.
God will make it happen.
Amen.
Sure.
You understand? Ke casting agency tlile ka tsela eo ya hore someone wanted to take advantage of me in exchange of umsebenzi.
That takes a lot of bravery actually to start something, to start a company on your own, especially in our country as a whole. So literally there are a lot of young people out there who wants to start businesses, and it's not easy, especially from the backgrounds that we grow up from. So what would you what would you advise them on how to do everything else?
Yeah, it's not easy to run a business, guys. It's not easy because na anga bweka situation ya ka get an example. Sometimes ne dilo di sama sharp. Then sometimes go thole like how to the gigs
Yeah.
ne. And industry ya gona e sebetsa ka hore o tsaba mang. Who do you know?
Connections.
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 That is true.
Yeah.
Go to the point yago last year things were bad. Like I had to sell like my stuff because business was not doing well. So now I can say to someone who don't focus on one business.
Yeah.
Because if it's at my shop, what is a joang? Zama at least business say two or a tolam sebeti, then obey business.
And it actually takes a lot because people think that when you actually take the shortcut, even if you get what you want that quick, it means most people don't understand when I get, let's say, like laying my bag to get that role and something like, if I do that, yes, it's gonna be the joy of the moment, but actually most of those things don't last.
Yeah.
They literally don't last
They
at all.
don't.
They end up badly. Literally, they end up badly. So what would you tell a young person who's in that same situation? Because most young people are in our country, actually, like you said, we should have connections and all of those things. Most of us don't have connections. And then there's a young person out there who's actually talented and who's gifted. So they have nowhere to go. But the only option is standing right in front of her. They're saying, this is the only option. You need to lay your back to get this role. You need to lay your back to be able to go to Cape Town and do this and this. What would you tell that person at this moment?
But like, okay, gona go ke casting agency. Ke dila gagolo ka upcoming actors. Bona ba sa tsebong hore okay, ke kena jang mo industry.
Okay.
I ke di ka di celebrity.
Yeah.
New faces.
Yeah.
New faces. Motho a sa tsebong hore okay, ke kena jang, ke thoma jang. Then ka ba trainer. Re bitsa di professional actors to come and train them. Then ka ba sendela di briefs. How na do auditions, then by go auditioning. And you have to be patient, especially this industry.
Yeah.
Because you can go to the auditions, ne? Bare babatla someone on only 30 years. Ne? Then maybe I'm 30 years, but I don't look,
Yeah.
I look 35, you understand? Then when I arrive, go to auditioning, You understand? I can tell by batlang. Sometimes it's not like maybe how kono actor or one. Mara can tell one the casting director by batlang. So you have to be patient. Don't give up. Because someone will join the agency, then after 2 months, go TV. How is that possible? Yeah, one. So they have to be patient.
Be patient, be consistent,
Yes.
Yeah, true.
be persistent,
That is true.
and work
not focus
hard.
on acting alone.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I don't work with people who want to be famous because you're gonna stress me.
Yeah.
I don't work with
Actually, you need to be passionate about
Yes.
what you do.
Yeah.
If we're not talking now, I want to be famous. I don't think I stress as agent. How? Yeah.
When you talk about wanting to be famous, you actually right. There are a lot of people who actually take this industry after they realize that actually I don't have any other jobs. Like there's no jobs, so I might as well just try this. They actually
Yeah.
try. They're not passionate
They're not
about
passionate
it.
about
so
it.
literally, as they get into that and then they see that this is not working out, then they blame you.
They blame me.
actually gonna blame
Guys, if you are here to be famous, please leave this place. They know me. I don't play games. If we're not more because you want to be famous, I don't want depression in my life.
Yeah.
But don't text out when am I getting
a
a
job?
role?
So have you ever encountered with someone who's like that, like who's busy bothering you? Hey,
no.
when am I getting a job? Hey, Bribs.
Hey, we had a workshop got 16 now, and someone was like, "Okay, can I buy you a phone?" And I got about that phone. Imina I have to. And I was like, "No, I'm okay." I'm okay.
No. People forget that actually it's not only your job for me to get ahead.
Yes,
it's also my job as well.
Yes,
It's also my job.
But now they don't understand. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to trend on TikTok. Back I bought her a phone and then I go to them say, no, I'm okay.
Patong. So pila nanya kore o mirele di favor.
Yeah.
After buying you a phone and then
And I'm not
you'll just
busy at the
focus on
moment.
that.
And I'm not
that
busy.
person.
And I can check a situation. I'm not busy. It'll be busy from next month. So I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm okay. I don't need a phone.
So if Tato wants to join your agency, what are the requirements?
Gona ga sukudis if una le mo like actor before or ga sendela mosebetsi wa gago, not a profile, because someone can just write whatever.
Yeah.
Go profiling, like more actor go to any video. If I also act anywhere, you have to attend the workshops. Yeah.
And then how long does the training course take place?
It depends on you. Usually it's a 1 day because you can't teach someone how to act. Remember, you have a talent already, but
Just needs building.
Yes.
So let's say I'm a person, I'm coming to join your agency. There are a lot of agencies that actually have paying fees. You have to pay. So I need to understand. Do you guys make us pay?
High. You don't pay anything. Okay, I paid 1,000 rand for registration fee. Now
And now I'm not getting
stuck.
anything.
Yes,
I'm stuck now.
I'm stuck.
Yo,
Actually,
I'm
somebody
stressed.
did say.
Tato,
Somebody did
I don't
mention
want
this.
Stress.
Yeah.
Now I run away from stress because someone, if I deposit that charity, organize the hopes is high or not
Exactly.
scandal soon.
But somebody did tell me though in this industry that actually most agencies that are legit, that are actually going to give you proper training and actually take you somewhere, are the ones that you don't pop out any cent.
Yeah.
Literally. So these scam ones are actually the ones that you have to pay 1,000 rand, 500 rand.
Only agency join 3,000.
Okay, if I pay my 3,000, am I going to be famous or am I going to be on Scandal next day?
3,000
Problem. Yes.
registration.
No.
Yes, it's just I can't mention names.
Yeah, I know you can't.
know them.
You can't mention it. Yo.
Oh, guys, you see now.
And I was like, yeah, guys, I'm not a child.
And you're dealing with desperate people here because literally somebody is going to take out that money. Because even though they say they don't want to be famous, but even with your passion, you're really crying to work, to be on that scandal and just do what you love. So literally, I am going to pop out that 3,000 rand.
Because I had a client like last year. He was from KZN. I'm phonela. Ngakona tsoko tsona di agencies tse. So a re ho nna, okay, ka like ka mtholla role. Then I just want to appear on TV. I don't need money. It's like, okay.
Okay.
Wa bona go batho ba desperate jwang.
Yeah, they are.
He refused. When I say, okay, the production paid, and I was like, no, I'm okay. And I just want to see myself on TV, mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ke ka hona someone will pay 3,000 a promisitswe a bana le ko di workshop tsa gona nna ka ba jwetsa hore as much o tle mo workshopong nna ke batle text hore mosebetsi o tla neng wena o tla utlwa ka nna ha ke le busy o tla utlwa ka nna
Because Lehona, as actors, 90% is from us. We have to work harder.
That is true.
Yeah. When you're just a representative, you know.
nka ba sa batle lo senda monologue nje how okay, here's the script, send they don't.
So how do they expect to get jobs?
Exactly.
After more back, yeah, casting agency is not working. Like, okay, amen.
Do people understand that actually acting is not just being pretty on TV? It's actually an actual job. There's a lot of work because there will be those kind of roles you get. Let's say, for instance, in a TV show or a soapy, they will literally send you a monologue tonight and then they say the next day you shoot it.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to prepare for these kind of trainings that you get at agencies, what makes you think you're going to make it in this industry in the first place?
True. True.
So when you said actually that it's an acting agency, but we also need to understand that we need to deal with other things as well. Are you only doing acting trainings or maybe there's also other stuff that you deal with?
No, I'm focusing more on acting.
More on acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acting alone.
So you just want actors? Okay.
What motivated you, Angie, to have this agency? What inspired you?
But I told you.
Ow.
No, I think as I told you again.
Okay, or should I say, what keeps inspiring you day by day to keep going?
Okay, my kids.
Okay.
My kids, ne. Bona batho ba joining agency aga, they see me as mom. Okay, ba omungo mogolo ko nna, mama, you know what, we believe in you. You understand? And gona ke bitsa Keeke family agency because most of agencies like ba bue le batho ba bona. Now they text me, "Oh, mama, you know what, I'm going through some stuff." Then I have to answer them. Ke re ba reply, ke ba fe nako. So I feel special ho bona le batho ba dependile mo nna. Yeah, that's like I give up.
That is good.
You're the
actually.
mother.
Yeah.
They call me mom and I feel so special. Mama,
Yeah, that's
mama,
nice.
Mama, so.
And Lebanon, they feel comfortable opening up to you.
Yo, they do.
So when did you actually start the agency?
When was 2020?
2020.
Is it 2020? Yeah.
Okay.
It was registered in 2020. Then had Thoma o thola mosebetsi in 2022. Because I get a job industry sebetsa jwang.
Yeah.
I used to go like to each and every production if they don't know you.
Yeah. That is true.
and
So with this short period of time, when you started your agency, has there been any other people that you've trained, that you've built that are actually out there right now?
Yeah. Even,
A lot of them.
Even on Tuesday, someone is signing a bill.
That is good. That is good. You see now, that's actually an encouragement to a lot of people. I am glad. So literally taking us back to everything else with your ordeal, with your agency, with everything that has happened to you. This actually encourages somebody who's sitting on their couch right now saying that I can't do anything, or maybe they're going through something. But it makes us realize that actually whenever you go through something, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
You're actually helping people right now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of what happened
Yeah.
to you, actually. That is actually quite inspiring. So we are actually grateful to have you in here. So with everything that's happening, you just told us that you have you have children, right? So whenever your children are not around you, don't you ever feel afraid or everything with this unsafe world that we live in?
Okay, children of my own biological kids. Oh no, I
Your
don't. I
children.
don't have.
You don't have your biological kids. Oh, okay.
Oh, she meant Tori, the
people that
kids
you
that
work
are
with.
grooming, that she's grooming.
So those are your children. Okay. So how do you protect them in the same industry as well? Do you encourage them with words?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Yes, ka ba jwetsa ho ba le jole mo setting. Ha ona moshemane o tlo tlang ko wena a re nna ke tlo kenya mo TV.
Baby, you're nice.
Yes. Ka ba jwetsa. Ba tseba, o di mama wena strict ke ba. Ha ona moshemane o tlo le ena ba mo qashile. Wena o tlo qasha jwang?
And it's actually, comforting to Linda as a mother. I would trust you
Yeah,
to
sure.
groom my children. Yeah.
So how far do you want to go with this agency?
Yo. And like I'm trusting God for big things. I
Is
just want to
it?
be a producer one day.
No, it's
Amen
gonna
to
happen.
that. It
It's
will
gonna
happen.
happen. Especially now because you just said that there are people who actually you've built and then they're already on the limelight.
They're already out
you're
there.
You're already
Yeah.
there. I'm telling you.
No, thank you so much, Keeke. We really appreciate your presence. Yeah, your ordeal is something else. I always say, like, guys, let us be better people. Men out there who are busy raping, please stop it. Stop, because you are making this world an unsafe
Yeah,
space
true.
for us, especially as women. We living in fear, literally. So, guys, it's not on. This has to stop. And I also wish that our leaders can also do something about this. Guys, it's just too much. It's just too much. Many people are getting raped. Our children are getting raped. We are actually scared for our lives, for our girl children, even boys.
Yeah,
They actually get raped and
Yeah.
molested these days. So it's actually not a safe space for anyone. We are not safe. So please, guys, be better people, please. Do you want to add
With all
something?
that being said, I would actually like to say that as much as we say things, we advise, we talk about these kind of things, I'm actually grateful for these kind of platforms because
Yeah.
there might be somebody who's going through the same thing right now, but we actually helping them at the moment. There's never an excuse for rape, guys. There's literally never an excuse. No matter what I'm wearing, that has got nothing to do with you. That's like I said before, children get raped, older people get raped, young guys get molested, young guys get
Guys,
raped.
have you seen the stats
Exactly.
of rape?
And it keeps on going up every single year. We need to stop doing this. As much as it is an illness, there are people who are actually also being raped when they are married,
Yes.
in their marriages at the same time. So this thing needs to stop. How we can stop it is actually from a person watching this episode.
Yeah.
Whomever you are, if you've been doing this, you need to stop. You need to actually tell yourself. Nobody has to come to you and say, stop this. You need to tell yourself that I need to stop doing this.
Amen. 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 Angie, do you want to add something? Do you want to say something? Do you want to encourage someone out there who's been in the situation that they have been raped?
Yeah, Kare, don't give up. And whenever it happens, talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because batho ba bangata ba dila ka pain. Ka tsela tse ngata ba dila le pain ka tsela tse ngata. O thola hore you see the person ana itshwere hantle, se sa rata bojwala. Wena ka nta o tsebe. O se tsa tsuba, wena you judge her. Kanti motho o zama ho comfort ya bona. So talk about it. Go to the police station, talk to someone very close to you. Okay, you know what? This is happening. Wa bona?
Because, speaking helps. Speaking out helps. It helps a lot. Yeah, guys, anyway, This is so emotional, but
Very emotional.
it's fine.
We need to continue to be kind to one another, guys.
Yeah.
Like she said, we don't know what everybody's going through. Be kind. Treat everybody kindly. Despite the fact that you know them or not. Be kind. Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, guys, we have come to the end of our session. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we will see you.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.